I seen somewhere you had an incident with Sean Kingston.
Yeah, Sean Kingston, man, he a real buster, man. Like, just a dude that, it was a thing for a while for everybody that first come to LA to go to Sean Kingston's house. Like, that's what people just did. I don't know if it's like some initiation going on through that, but it's like everybody I would notice would go to Sean Kingston crib. So I'm there, shooting for him, like a party or something that was going on there with the Migos. I'm following the Migos around, happened to be at his party. But before that, we had talks and meetings about doing videos. He got a bunch of music. Like, dude be working. Like, he had a cold ass studio in his crib. Uh, and he had a bunch of tracks with people that could really do some shit. Like, he was playing some shit with Pusha T. He was trying to go back to Jamaica and shoot. But, it was always something with the label. Like, motherfucker couldn't wasn't marketable enough. He had to lose weight, you know what I'm saying? He had to get certain things together in order for the label to engage with that and move forward with it. So he really in a depressing situation, man. Like, the only bag he was getting was from out of town, you know what I'm saying? And then later on you see like his cars and shit, right, really getting repo, jewelry issues, shit like that. Like, your character gonna come out, you know what I'm saying, in this industry, no matter what, like your character gonna come out. So he he just a weird dude, man. Like, my experience with him was like, you know, me and Soldier, we'll sip some lean, you know what I'm saying? So we'll have some lean out. A motherfucker would go in the cabinet, put they bottles in his pocket, like, and I'm seeing this shit. I'm like, bro, you got my lean bottle in your pocket. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you gotta, like, what is you doing type shit. So it was shit like that. Um, I never was a Sean Kingston fan, but I look at him as like a celebrity. I'm like, what are you doing going to the gas station with no socks and shoes on your feet? Like, you think this is just Jamaica for real? Like, he walking around with no shoes or socks on his feet in a 7-Eleven in Hollywood. Like, if paparazzi would have caught that, oh my God, they would have killed his ass. The internet would have had a field day with his ass. Like, but like, even situations like I'll bring girls to a video shoot, he end up touching the girls and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, another issue happened. I ain't even gonna speak on that. Like, Soldier know what happened. Like, he know what happened that day. But, shit, Sean Kingston just a weirdo. Like, dude ain't really doing shit. He ain't really having shit. Like, all his cars ain't his. Like, this is a facade people put on. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't own these houses. They lease these houses. They lease these cars. When the lease go unpaid, they come take those cars. It's that simple. Like, so you gonna see all that shit coming out of people like Sean Kingston, man, because he ain't got it no more. Like, his shit, I don't know where he's making his money at right now.
Earlier, you had mentioned getting shot at on the bus. Was that the only time that something like that happened to you?
Uh, Not the only time in my career. Like, I've been shot at in Miami before, just shooting for other people that would, like, local rappers around the world that would book me. I've been in people's hoods where other shit has went down. Um, but never that close though. Like, never that extreme. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would say going to jail that time for all them people over that weed shit, that synthetic, modified enhanced marijuana charge. They try to give me some trumped up charges, man. Like, that was worse than getting shot at, man. Cause jail was just weak as hell. It's the weakest place on earth, for real, for real. Like, so I don't know, like, that was probably the worst situation as far as getting shot at was with Chief Keef on that tour bus, and it caught me completely off guard because I didn't even know what was going on. Like, I didn't even know he was beefing uh with Shy Glizzy. I didn't even know what was going on. So the shit was just wild as hell. One shit they could do about it though, like you're on a tour bus, you can't see out. They can see you though. Like, can't really shoot out of a tour bus. We're kind of at the mercy of them. So that shit was real scary because you're in a closed environment. People moving around, falling off the shit, dropping to the ground. You know what I'm saying? Like, lucky ain't nobody get hit for real.
Damn, sounds wild, man. Sounds like you had a wild trip. You know, with them with them years you were out there.
Yeah, man. Like, that's when I was like, fuck this shit. Like, this shit ain't. Like, you gotta be a real cornball to be a celebrity, or you gotta sacrifice something. I'm not saying you gotta go to an altar or something and do some weird seance and some shit going. No, just make yourself very controversial. Make yourself very in the news for some shit. Whether that be doing some goofy ass shit or just, uh, you know, not being real, being a facade basically. You got to put on an act. Like, the music industry ain't what it was back in the day. Like, you had to have real talent. Now you have to have a real personality and like be on social media and shit like that. Like, artists back in the day had more mystique to them because they didn't have to be on the internet like that. Like, 50 Cent ain't had to be on the internet. You would never be able to know his every move. Like, that's what makes people special. But I feel like the social media shit just kill shit for people, man. Like, people can be whoever they want to be, and that's the problem. Like, it's when you have 6ix9ines and shit. I don't know what dude doing anymore, but shit.
Yeah, I hear you, man. Well, man, this was a really dope interview. I know the drill fans are gonna love this.
Yeah, man.
A lot of dope history.
It is, man. I think motherfuckers should make a movie out of this shit one day. Just a little story out of it. Like, you know, maybe I'll write a book one day about just the industry, the ins and outs, and the rise and the fall of this shit. Cause this shit's still crumbling, man. Like, it's still an aftershock of what has happened. It's still affecting what's going on today in real life and in the industry. So, you know.
Yeah, definitely, man. Well, man, I really appreciate you taking your time, man. This was dope.
For sure, man. Shout out to you too, bro. You're doing your thing.
Thank you, man. You too, man. And you know, man, I just want to see you keep winning, man. You know what I'm saying? Keep keep knocking them videos out and shit. You know.
For sure, man. So yeah, like, and that's another thing about the industry. It's like it's not much money being made off the industry like that. It's not much money in the music industry as it is in the corporate world. Like, you'll do a corporate video and get a steady stream of some real money doing some commercial work versus putting yourself through the hassle of dealing with what I had to deal with in the music industry. Cause the shit that transpires in the industry with these rappers also trickles down to their families, the people that they employ, and the business structure behind them. So, you know, the shit gets crazy, man. Like, Kanye West is right, man. Like, you get 3 choices: brain dead, institutionalized, or just dead. Like, in this rap, it's like boxing. So, I just want the youth to keep that shit in mind, man, because there's too many youths dying because of this shit, for real.
Yeah, that's real shit. Definitely, man. Well, I appreciate you, man. You know.
Alright, for sure, man.